There's a big political debate raging over boosters right now. Should India start boosting its healthcare workers and the vulnerable sections of our population, or should the priority be to ensure two-dose coverage for all Indians? In the middle of this political fight, Rahul Gandhi has questioned the centre's vaccine policy again. The government on its part says that the need, the timing, the nature of the booster dose will be based on scientific consensus, not political bickering.
The Omicron variant is spreading fast, making even fully vaccinated vulnerable, making breakthrough infection increasingly common. While fully vaccinated, healthy individuals can still count on evading hospitalization due to Omicron, the demand for a booster dose for enhanced protection is gaining momentum. The Congress has asked the government to ensure booster vaccination, with party MP Rahul Gandhi stressing on the need. Rahul claimed that India will fail to meet the 60% vax coverage target by December and will end up with just 42% full vaccination.
Of course, everyone knows it spreads much faster than Delta variant, but it's not clear on how severe it is. The current vaccines are not necessarily working with this variant. So we have to be careful on how we are thinking about vaccinating, and also get ready to accept that we might have to vaccinate everybody else again for this variant with a new booster.
Why is the government taking so long to come up with an official stance? Are they for booster doses? Are they for vaccines for children? Yes or no? Why are they taking so long?
The government has accused the opposition of spreading misinformation on vaccines. Many states have already mounted a demand for booster COVID vaccinations, especially states which are on the verge of meeting full vaccination targets.
हम चाहते हैं कि अब बूस्टर डोज अलाउ की जाए। इस बारे में केंद्र सरकार परमिशन देता है, तो मेरी केंद्र सरकार से निवेदन है कि जो लोग 2 डोज ले चुके हैं उनको बूस्टर डोज देने की इजाज़त दी जाए।
मैंने बूस्टर डोज के लिए सबसे पहले आवाज़ उठाई देश के अंदर कि बूस्टर डोज का टाइम आ गया। 9 महीने हो गए, साल भर हो गया फर्स्ट डोज लगे हुए। जो बीमार है 60+ उम्र के हैं, ये बीमार है, उन सबके प्रायोरिटी में बूस्टर डोज लगनी चाहिए। अभी कोई स्कीम नहीं है भारत सरकार, योजना में नहीं।
The government on its part has indicated that vaccinating all with 2 doses remains its priority, awaiting expert views on a possible booster.
As we have said, and as the Honourable Health Minister Sahab has said in the Parliament, the need and the timing and the nature of boosting, if any, will be based on scientific decisions, scientific thinking, and that is what the government is engaged with.
The opposition also questioned political rallies being organised despite the Omicron threat.
हमने सेकेंड वेव भी देखा था, देश में इतनी बुरी तरीके से फैला था, उससे कुछ सीख कर पॉलिटिकल रैलीज इन सब पे किसी तरीके का नियंत्रण लाया जाएगा।
अभी यूपी का चुनाव है, बड़ी रैलियां करना है, लोग मरे तो मरे, राम का मरे, रहीम का मरे, मोदी की वोट बैंक भरे।
Amid forecasts of a spike in the number of COVID cases, there's renewed interest in the booster shot for those already vaccinated. Private hospitals are flooded with requests for the booster dose, following reports that boosters are being administered abroad. Bureau Report, India Today.
So why are we holding back on booster doses, especially when vaccine manufacturers say supply is available? Then why delay the inevitable? Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP squares off now against Ajay Kumar of the Congress. Shehzad Poonawalla, in the first part of the broadcast, we heard from top scientific experts. In India, we've been reading what international experts are saying. They're saying the time to push ahead with boosters is now. If it's been more than 6 months since you took your second dose, your immunity is down and your previous vaccine will not protect you against Omicron. If someone is old, immunocompromised, a health worker, why should he not be given the extra protection of a booster dose?
First of all, thank you, Rahul, for inviting me on your August show, because I've often been a consumer of the conversations that take place on your show, and they're very informative, and I hope to have the same with my Dr. Ajay Kumar. Now, let me get to it. We are not principally against or for the booster dose. What the government of India has said in Parliament, Mansukh Mandavia ji has said that this decision is going to be taken by a panel of experts. It's going to be a decision based purely on science, and Dr. V.K. Paul has reiterated it when he said that there is no resource constraint, but it will be determined by scientific data and on the basis of local epidemiology, which also means, as Dr. Sunila Garg from the National Task Force has put it, that every country has a different geography, a different circumstances. And for instance, she was explaining, and I heard her explain quite the detail, that because as Indians we have now almost reached 140 crores, tomorrow we'll be reaching 140 crore vaccine doses, about 88-89% have been given one dose, 2 doses have been given to about 60%, almost 60% of the population, plus 70% of infection rate has already taken place within the country, which means that that natural infection plus the vaccine being given to so many number of people serves as a booster. This is her view. In her view, and in a view of a lot of other people, including Dr. Manoj Singh of Apollo Hospital, who says that perhaps the booster should not be given, but a flu vaccine should be given. Dr. Samiran Panda, another reputed name, says that experts should be allowed time to research and then determine whether a booster dose is required or is not required. Dr. Guleria, AIIMS director.
No, one second. Let me pause you to just say this, Shehzad, that I have over here our research desk has pulled out 5 instances where, take for example, Rahul Gandhi said something, the government at that moment dismissed it, whether it's the first vaccine, the second vaccine, reducing the age of when people would get a vaccine, and very quickly had to do a U-turn. Now, what's happening internationally we can see, what's being said internationally we can see. Surely we know enough that we don't need to wait for cases to start spreading like wildfire in India, then press the panic button. We know of so many people who ended up getting COVID at the vaccine center because there were long queues. If there is supply available, what's the logic in doing later what we need to do in any case?
All right, now let me address that question. So a large number of these experts whom I just quoted perhaps feel that the priority should be vaccinating the entire adult population first with 2 doses and then going for vaccination for children. Some of the experts have said this. Now I want to pose a question to you both philosophically and otherwise. Today we are talking about 3 doses or 4 doses, even 4 doses, because Nature magazine, I just read that before coming here, they said that even if we were to give a booster dose, how long will it be effective? We don't know, maybe we need a 4th dose. Some people who can afford it should have 4 vaccines or 3 vaccines.
No, but your vaccine centers are free. No, one second. What you're saying, Shehzad, what the government is saying would make sense if there were long queues at vaccine centers and those who haven't yet got the vaccine were waiting and unable to get the vaccine. Then I'd say yes, let those who haven't been vaccinated go and get vaccinated. Others like us who've been vaccinated can wait our turn for the booster dose. You've got currently, in comparison with the numbers we hit earlier, very, very limited vaccination happening on a daily basis because the bulk of those who wanted the vaccines have taken the vaccines. The rest, for various reasons, are slow. It hasn't reached them. That can continue. The point I'm making is we've built enough capacity for this not to be an either or. Both of those paradigms can be pushed at the same time.
So, Rahul, you are absolutely right. And as the government of India, or at least what I understand from the government of India, we are not ruling out particularly giving booster doses to maybe vulnerable sections. We have not ruled it out. All we are saying is that let the experts decide it. By the way, as far as slow pace is concerned, we vaccinated 60 crore people just in the last 3 months. And as far as Rahul Gandhi ji is concerned, I respect him as a leader of the opposition. But some of his statements are just not scientifically based. For instance, the Congress party promoted vaccine hesitancy about Covaxin and the doubts they created. Rahul Gandhi has come to a conclusion that these vaccines are ineffective against Omicron, even though Oxford study, I have the Oxford study. I'm not getting political, Rahul, because you asked me a question about a politician. Rahul Gandhi,
this debate will go down. One second. No, one second. People who are watching have very serious concerns. Yes. Yes,
I don't want it to go down that path. Yes, I just want to, I respect Rahul Gandhi as a leader of the opposition, but as much as I respect him, he is not a scientist or a scientific mind.
So and here's the point.
Some of his claims are just not true as of now.
Ajay Kumar, here is the, okay, one second, Shehzad, I'll come back to you in a moment. I'm coming back to you in a moment.
Just 10 seconds.
One second, come back to you. I come back to you in a moment. Shehzad makes an important point that between VK Paul, Balram Bhargav and the others, let's listen to the experts, let's listen to those who've spent their lives studying infectious diseases, who are the top government experts, rather than listen to Rahul Gandhi, who half the time doesn't know what he's talking about, and therefore let the medical experts come to what the Indian view should be. Ajay Kumar.
No, it's interesting, Rahul, because if the health minister, who is not an expert, makes ridiculous statements, then we seem to give a lot of weightage to it. In fact, the BJP health minister was a doctor, Dr. Harshvardhan, who in the floor of the parliament had announced actually there was no need of vaccination, we'll only do it for the vulnerable population and health workers. And you saw the results of that. So I was listening very keenly to what Shehzada ji said. And see, the first issue is, there is adequate knowledge across the world on boosters. And the problem with the Bharatiya Janata Party is my way or highway. You can do both. It's not either or. You can continue your vaccination because it's not a shortage of capacity. So first, let's look at the Bharatiya Janata Party's thinking that they will continuously obfuscate, be stubborn about every one of these issues. And I'll give you a data to it. Serum Institute says they can produce around 500 million vaccines in the next 2 months or so. The 100 million or 120 million is Covaxin's production, etc., per month. The issue is not capacity, so you please continue with your vaccinating the rest of the population. But who are under risk? India has got 10% of the diabetic population. Our population approximately 10%. Hypertension is close to, averages out to 10%, 25% in urban areas, 10% in rural areas. So let's take an average, it comes around 13-14%. Those are vulnerable people. We know the criteria of people who are vulnerable who can have a serious medical emergency because of a COVID. Those are reasonably well defined. Not every, you cannot tick off all the boxes, but diabetic, hypertension, people with pulmonary infection, people with compromised chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, etc., people who need to get the vaccine, boosters. The second category are healthcare workers because they continue to get exposed. So when Mr. Gandhi continuously shows the mirror to this government, and he's been right on every time, he may not be an expert, but you don't have to be an expert to show how bankrupt in his thinking this government is. You don't need to be an expert.
Okay, now Shehzad Poonawalla, the Congress questioning...
One second. Now I just want to complete because please, just a few seconds and I'll just complete.
Rahul. You did not want to get political, but you're not letting me respond. It shouldn't be unfair.
One second. I'll just can I complete, sir?
Okay.
No, my name is
Ajay Kumar, I give you 20 seconds.
20 seconds. My name is Shehzad.
20 seconds. Ajay Kumar, please conclude.
Thanks. So the issue is, please continue your double vaccination. Please continue your vaccination program, but have a clear-cut policy of vulnerable population, those healthcare workers. Announce it so that this continuously. Fear amongst the people, and it's the lack of information which is creating this panic. The second issue is the preparation of ventilators, preparation of the antibody cocktails, preparation of oxygen supply.
Now, Rahul, can I have my...
Okay, so now Shehzad Poonawalla, here's the point. In the past, the government has been on COVID late in decision making, which is what is leading the opposition to ask the question that you've been caught out in the past. You were late in reacting. Why not at least now, given all of what we know, do the right thing and allow for booster doses immediately?
Okay, so there are 4-5 points Ajay Kumar ji has raised. Let me answer them one by one. First of all, when I am quoting Dr. Manoj Singh, AIIMS Director Randeep Guleria, VK Paul ji, Dr. Samiran Panda, these are not members of the Bharatiya Janata Party who are advocating that booster dose should not be given. So please, let's not disrespect these scientists, these doctors. I know you have a habit of questioning every institution, but at least these doctors who've spent their life in this and who've risked their life saving this country from COVID should not be disrespected by the likes of Ajay Kumar ji. Secondly, Rahul Gandhi should give advice. Of course, we value his advice as well. But sir, why doesn't he give advice to Kerala and Maharashtra, where he has governments or where he's an MP from and which contribute 40 to 50% of the caseload for the last 6 months, has had maximum number of COVID deaths, and a lot of the issues that have cropped up there because the health infrastructure that the state had to take care of wasn't being able to be provided by the state governments. So why is this gratuitous gyan being given to the central government while he can implement it in the state government? comments, but he doesn't choose to do so. Thirdly, what does Rahul Gandhi and his scientific team of advisors talk about Jairam Ramesh and Shashi Tharoor, who questioned the EUA being given to Covaxin? Today, are you willing to apologize, Dr. Ajay Kumar, on behalf of Manish Tiwari, on behalf of Banna Gupta, on behalf of Jairam Ramesh, on behalf of Shashi Tharoor? Today, Rahul Gandhi has declared around 2nd or 3rd December that the vaccines are ineffective against Omicron. Who has given this information? 1 second, sir. Who has given this information to Rahul Gandhi that they are ineffective? Oxford study says that there is no scientific evidence to claim this. The government of India is actually allowing the NTAGI and other bodies to come to a conclusion on this fact. How has he declared that they are ineffective?
Important point. This is an important point. Ajay Kumar, now 1 second. Ajay Kumar, this is an important point that Shahzad makes.
No, Rahul,
okay,
just
20
give me 10
seconds.
seconds more.
20 seconds.
Rahul,
okay, go on. 20 seconds.
May I have 10 seconds more? 20 seconds.
Okay, let me answer.
As far
no,
as,
1 second. Ajay, let him speak. 20 seconds. Go on.
Yeah. As far as COVID second wave.
Mr. Poonawala,
Ajay, please, I'm not going to interrupt you. Please hear me.
Shahzad.
Rahul, please, can I complete your point and then he can speak? I'm being courteous. Thank you. As far as Omicron is concerned, specifically Omicron, the first case was reported in South Africa. The very next day, India declared it as a variant of concern. In a couple of days, the Prime Minister chaired a high-level meeting. He has been taking review meetings. In fact, tomorrow, one more review meeting of COVID-19 is going to be done. We've given 60 crore vaccines in the last 3 months. We've taken our oxygen production 10 times higher. The 1,500 PSA plants that we had committed, 1,400 are now operational, because of which 4 lakh beds are oxygenated. These are things that the center is doing. The center is not complacent. The Prime Minister continues to insist, as does every scientist and doctor, that please maintain your social distancing, wear your mask, and do all the COVID protocols that you need to follow.
So now, Ajay Kumar, here's the point that Shahzad makes, which is an important point you need to respond to, which is this. Rahul Gandhi has been guilty in the past of creating doubt. For example, when he raised questions about Covaxin the first time around, even now when he says that the vaccine doesn't work against Omicron, it does reduce the efficacy for certain, but it's not as if it doesn't work. So the opposition also, if it needs to be taken seriously, needs to go by data and not something where you're throwing mud on Modi's face because that's what suits you politically. That's not right, sir.
So the first question is,
the Kerala government is a state government. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is a member of parliament. As much guilty is the BJP MP in Telangana for the inefficiency of the government of Telangana or the success. He's got no role to play. But unfortunately, the BJP spokesperson are very, very short of civics and basic knowledge of how governance works. The member of parliament doesn't decide the activity of immunization, and oxygen. And once I come
to, let him speak now. Shahzad, let Ajay speak.
Please let me complete. So the immense lack of knowledge reflected in whenever they make these statements is actually mind-boggling. Second point, we did challenge the science of Covaxin or the Serum Institute. The issue was the approval process, and in which India has been a leading, a beacon of light in the way we did approval to drugs. We questioned the methodology, and we will continue to question the methodology. And you did apply the corrected methodology for Zydus. You did apply it for Genova, you did apply for the other Indian companies, and so be it. And so the question is, when Mr. Poonawala surreptitiously and speciously tries to put in that we questioned the process of the approval, and we would continue to question the process of approval.
Okay, so Shahzad, I'm out of time. I'll give you 20 seconds to respond. So you need to keep it short. You're making it too long. I'm out of time.
Okay, go ahead.
Shahzad, 20 seconds, final words.
Look, Ajay Kumar did not answer why all of this great insights that Rahul Gandhi has, he doesn't implement it in Maharashtra, where he has a state government, where he's running a state government. What have they done to improve the health infrastructure there? Because the number of cases being contributed by Maharashtra, almost 30%, the number of deaths are almost 30-35%. So maybe he could give his advice to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who I'm sure would seek it. But on the larger front, please stop spreading hesitancy. This is not a variant of panic. It's a variant of concern. Please do not spread panic because you want to make political dividends out of this virus and out of this pandemic. Please listen to scientific
Ajay,
advice.
10 seconds, please.
Cow urine for ICU is BJP's signature for then they are getting science. Unimaginable. Brilliant. Give cow urine to an ICU patient and say, science-oriented.
Okay, so I'm out of time. You've heard from the BJP, you've heard from the Congress. I'd rather go by what the doctors are saying. Listen to the experts, go by medical advice. And if what's happening internationally, what's been accepted, it's the same virus. It's wreaking havoc in South Africa, the US, UK, Europe. The same will happen in India. We've seen it twice over. You don't need for it to happen the third time and then say, lagao, booster lagao, sabko line mein khada karo. It doesn't need to be like that. You can see it coming. Our ability to manufacture and deliver vaccines is much more than we're using at this moment. If there's a need to push ahead with boosters, the time is now. The time is now. That's what international medical opinion is saying. There is nothing special about India in terms of us having immunity over and beyond what the rest of the world does. I think the second wave completely proved that notion to be completely wrong. So let's go ahead with medical advice. We'll have a big panel of some top global experts. We've been working really hard over the last 1 week to line it up. We'll bring it together tomorrow.